Hello everybody and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. This is Ian here. So, originally I wasn't going to do anything about Series 9 until after the series finale, but after last night watching Sleep No More, I thought it deserved its own video. So, I don't have anything for Sleep No More for my backdrop, so I drew this, and that's the Sandman, which is the villain. It's kind of complicated. Anyway, so that's a creature from the episode, and this is a horror story, as that probably suggests, and it is, I think, the first Doctor Who episode to be made in a found footage format, and it also might be the first to totally discard the title sequence. Now, at first, I thought this was a very confusing episode. When it first started with someone, do not watch this. If you watch this, it'll change your life. But if you do watch this, it's just someone doing a video thing for the opening sequence before the theme, Bling, Bells of St. John. We've seen this all so many times before. And then the title sequences don't happen. And the episode starts 10 minutes in. The title sequence is going to come by any minute now. And then the first commercial break comes on. And there's no title sequence. And everyone's going, oh dear. And, that warning that was given at the beginning of this episode, if you watch this, your life will change forever, you cannot unsee this, that has repercussions later. So, after that, we watch as this rescue team, which the entire episode is shot from the point of view of this rescue team, or else cameras on the La Verrière station. I think that's what it's called. And so the rescue team comes because they haven't heard anything from this station for a long time. And they meet the Doctor and Clara, of course. And they get chased by this weird zombie creature. And they get into this room and they find out that someone developed Morpheus, which, it lets you go a long time without sleeping. So you can maximize productivity and stuff. But it was invented by this guy named Professor Rasmussen, who's kind of evil. More on that later. So, and then everyone's chased around by the monsters, and things just get... At this point, the plot is, okay, this is pretty straightforward. This guy invented this machine, which created these monsters because it went wrong, because it was messing with the natural order. And then as we go on, things just get more and more confusing, until at the end, as it turns out that Professor Rasmussen was one of these creatures all along, and that he wins. Which is something I've actually wanted to see for a while, where the Doctor actually loses. And then, I've encoded the code that will create these creatures into this broadcast. And then this flash of static comes across the screen, and he's like, there it is, tickles. And then everyone's like, what? And then his face crumbles into dust as he says, there's something in your eye. And then it's over. The entire episode was shot as like a horror story written by this Professor Rasmussen and then broadcasted the entire solar system so that he could spread the Sandman everywhere. Very complicated. And I still don't totally understand it. So, first of all, the monsters. I thought the monsters were pretty scary, even though they were made from tear dust, which is kind of ridiculous. But we all know Doctor Who is being able to turn completely everyday, ordinary objects into something horrifying, like dust. You know, the dust motes in sunlight, and tally marks, and statues, and now they've turned tear dust into something terrifying. A carnivorous creature that will eat your face. And yeah. So, I said this episode was pretty confusing, and it was. And I mean, I don't really have a ton more to say about it. I mean, even despite the creatures being tear dust, they were still pretty intimidating and scary. The threat felt real, and the format of it made it seem just really claustrophobic, using the station's tunnels. It's like, and also because most of the shots were shot, most of the clips were either in black and white or in red light. And I think this is also, it's a standalone episode which introduces a cliffhanger that is probably not going to be resolved. Well, people said that about Blink, where they showed all the statues, and then 4 seasons later, you get the Angels of Manhattan, so maybe 4 seasons from now we'll see the end of this. I'm not sure, though. So anyway, Sleep No More is it's a very well done horror story featuring some mildly ridiculous but overall scary monsters and a closing shot that is just wow. It's crazy. But overall, I'm not entirely sure what to give this story. Just because, I'd say probably about 8 or 9 out of 10. It was confusing, but it was good. It's kind of hard. So, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I've been busy with stuff. And so I probably won't upload anything else until after the end of Series 9. But who knows? I mean, I wasn't planning to upload this video, but now I am. So, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.